what they did to your family, you're lucky to make it out alive.
Streaming on Peacock.
These men are going to come after me. Taking them out is my only chance.
Put a bullet in her head.
From the co-creator of Ozark.
Looks like a family was running drugs.
Execution-style killing, it's rare for the Keys. And it leads on who they might have been running for.
The cartel killed my family. I'm gonna kill them. All of them.
MIA. Streaming now. Only on Peacock.
LinkedIn is pretty great at a lot of things, like helping you tap into the latest trends and insights in your field. We cannot stop your coworker from tapping her pencil. LinkedIn can help you find new jobs that align with your career goals. We cannot help you find the source of that weird smell in the office fridge. Ew. And while we can't stop your coworkers from bringing their hobbies into the office, LinkedIn can help you bring your career to the next level. LinkedIn is the network that works for you.
This episode is brought to you by Ferrero. Soccer's biggest stage is approaching, and Ferrero is making it easy to go all in. Pick any two Ferrero brands from Kinder Bueno to Ferrero Rocher, and you could win the $1 million grand prize, plus an exciting range of daily and weekly prizes. Don't miss your shot. Official rules apply. Learn more at goallinandwin.com.
Everybody, we're back with another episode of Horror Movie Night, and this week we're diving into kind of a little bit of an 80s slasher classic here with House on Sorority Row from 1982. I think this is one of those films that was like a forgotten movie for a little bit. Then they do a big remake of it out of nowhere in like the late 2000s.
Yeah.
And then it kind of made a lot of people come back to this movie, reevaluate it. I know that this was my first time rewatching it after an initial watch back in the day and thinking, that's fine.
Yeah.
But Kyle, you picked this one. What drew you into doing House on Sorority Row?
When is this coming out? Oh, so we're getting... I was bummed because I missed it by a month because this is coming out May and this takes place June 19th. But I was really close. I thought it was closer to like a May graduation.
We can pretend because I don't know why the fuck anybody would be graduating from college
in June.
At the end of June.
At the end of June, right? Yeah. So that's I think why I picked it. And then when the movie started, I was like, shit. But that's why we're here, because it was a movie about a college graduation, a sorority that is going to leave the house. And I remember I watched it 10 years ago, for sure. I thought I might have watched it once more between then and now, but I know for certain that I watched it 10 years ago. And I remember being pretty surprised at like how the last act goes down and being pretty charmed by some of the weirdness that happens in between in the interim. I think that's also like, it's kind of a little mean-spirited up front, but that doesn't totally carry through the whole movie like some other mean-spirited slashers we had seen. I just thought it had like a really fun vibe. It's maybe a little bit more tame than I remember, but then there are some more fun parts that I didn't remember from the first time. So like it kind of balanced out on my rewatch. And I'm glad we got to talk about it.
So for this one, I remember, Scott, you're going to remember this because you were like front row seats when this happened. But a documentary came out that I was obsessed with called The Rise and Fall of the Slasher Movie. Mm-hmm. And I made it a goal that I was going to watch every single movie that was even referenced in it. And by referenced, I mean like if they cut to a poster in that movie, I was going to watch it.
Yeah.
And I did complete that goal. So you can put that on my tombstone one day.
Mama didn't raise no quitter.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Right.
And my memory was that this was one of the worst. Like,
Oh, wow.
I thought, like, man, this movie's so slow and boring. These characters are so unlikable. And I think I checked out halfway through the movie, in all honesty. I think I just was like, this is not for me. And I, like, kept it on in the background and I, like, moved about with my life. But then I kept hearing so many people speak so highly of it, and I kept remembering this clown killer and being like, I really want to. This had been on my, like, I need to buy this on DVD and revisit list for a long time. But then you picked it, Kyle, and you made this so much easier for me to revisit. And I think it's really good. Like, I don't think, I'm not sitting here saying like this is a masterpiece, but like in the same way that I remember the first time that I watched The Mutilator or the first time that I watched Madman being like a really slow, boring movie, I was like pleasantly surprised, just like when we did both of those movies for the show, of like, oh, there's a lot of fun to be had in this movie, and there's some really cool gore moments, and like the mystery is interesting enough to like keep my attention. So I'm really glad that we revisited this one. Scott, was this your first watch, or is this well-treaded territory for you? Okay.
Second watch, I want to say. It's been a long time for me. I mean, but I completely forgot about the clown.
Yeah,
but
that was the only thing I remembered about the movie.
It is really crazy because, like, I think this is a good example of if you bring this up to like casual horror fans or casual just watchers of cult or horror, right, or a slasher. Like, that is what'll happen. Somebody will completely forget the clown exists, and when I watch it again, I'm like, yeah, wow, he's really in it. Like, there's not a lot of time that our clown killer is even shown. It's actually his second form. You know, like, we've seen it, but then there'll be other people who are like, that's all I remember from it is that there is a clown. It's kind of funny how that, I feel like that's a good representation of how I look at House on Sorority Row.
I think it is time to pass the microphone over to you there, Kyle, and let's talk about this.
This one's not super complicated, but we start out in June 19th, 1961, and a woman comes in and handles a possibly premature birth, C-section, of a woman who we then come to find out is a woman named Mrs. Slater, who is the house mom of the Pi Theta sorority, I think.
Sounds right. I don't do that Greek bullshit.
It could be any combination of two or three of these letters. But I think it was Pi Theta, and she is the house mom of this, and she's kind of a staunch, cranky old house mom. But this is her final year of being a house mom at the sorority, and we find out that we cut to that 20 years later, 1981. We're at a college with a quad, quad at this college.
Which I do have to laugh that, yes, this opening scene in the 60s, like, it shows there's a thing at the bottom of the screen, tells you what year it is. We're doing this whole flashback thing. Not even important enough to make it into the Wikipedia plot summary.
That's funny.
They just go right into, like, in the 80s, a sorority of girls. And I'm like, wow, so we're just skipping over the whole
It's
kickoff.
Totally unnecessary because, like, the doctor does explain it completely later on to Katie, our kind of lead sorority girl.
It's not like there had to be this, oh, that girl was the sorority. Like, you don't need that revelation at all in this movie.
Probably just for runtime at this point, you know, like, so. So we go through the college. We're back at the sorority house. There are girls that are all packing up. They're getting ready to go. And we meet Katie, who, I mean, everybody kind of is even keel in this movie, but Katie is our final sorority girl. And she's not going to move back home. She's going to stay a little bit after the graduation with her sorority sisters because they want to have a party at the sorority house. But Mrs. Slater is not about that.
She's a buzzkill.
Yeah, she's a big buzzkill. She's kind of living in some sort of fantasy world with something that happened 20 years earlier. And I guess every year she does try to, shoo everybody away and close down the house and for 3 months in the summer before the girls come in. So Miss Slater finds out that these girls are overstaying their welcome and their departure, and they're planning on having a party. And she's like, "You motherfuckers got to get out of here ASAP." And they're like, "No." And Vicky, who is like the bad girl of the sorority girl group, which you find out because she's trying to get it on with her man who owns a gun in a waterbed. The gun and the waterbed are two separate instances. He's not just like, they're not just fucking with a gun on the waterbed that's like bouncing around.
It's a very dangerous activity.
That's super dangerous.
And by that activity, I mean sex.
Yeah.
In general, very dangerous activity.
Yeah. No, the safety is on the gun. Is the safety on his gun? I don't know.
Oh.
His love gun, as Kiss would say.
Yeah, exactly.
Slater destroys the waterbed of Vicky with this bird-handled cane. Very important. That has a sharp tail and a sharp beak. Whoa, yeah, it could pop a waterbed. So I wonder what it could do to a human. Oh, I've said too much. And a very angry Vicky proposes a prank with her boyfriend's gun just to scare Mrs. Slater. I don't want to hurt her. Just want to scare her and show her who's boss. Wrong-o. The prank goes wrong. Mrs. Slater dies. And the prank goes wrong in two ways. One, not all these sorority girls are on board with how far Vicky takes the prank, because she pretends, she shoots out a lamp. She pretends to shoot her friend. And then ultimately there is not all blanks in this gun. And we shoot and kill. Or does she just get... I guess I don't know, because I don't remember seeing a bullet wound, but Mrs. Slater dies, whether it's by bullet wound or a heart attack. Okay. I realize that as I'm talking about it now, that I wasn't sure. They throw her ass... They cover her with towels and try to weigh her down and throw her ass in the pool. She immediately floats, because they haven't gotten their degrees just yet. They still need to mail them out to their parents. So, they're still not fully graduated from college. They didn't know that the body would float. And just as this is happening, the party is going to get started. The band's arriving.
Who cares that there's a corpse floating in the pool? Can I
Everything's
interrupt?
floating in this pool. It's not just... Every fucking thing is floating in this pool.
And I wrote this in my Letterboxd review, and I wrote it in my notes. I do not understand why so many people want to get into this disgusting swamp-looking pool.
Yeah, I don't quite understand that.
It is the grossest I've ever seen a pool, and people are like, "There's a pool, let's fucking jump in." I'm like, it's green with branches floating on it.
I definitely did some dumb shit drunk. That's undeniable. Undeniable, but I don't think I ever really did gross shit drunk. I still...
It doesn't change your personality that much.
Yeah. Right. And I mean, I guess maybe these dudes are real gross. They're frat boys and they're whitey tighties. Actually, one of them when he comes up from the pool, because some people go in the pool and the sorority girls freak out. They're like, "Oh my god!" They're gonna find the body. And when they get there, the largest of these frat brothers is barely floating on a floaty. I think it's a deflated floaty.
It's a deflated floaty, which you're in swamp water with a floaty that's not inflated. I don't even know what you're doing.
No. And he just goes, "I'm a sea pig."
Yep.
I just thought it was really funny.
I may have missed them calling people F slurs in it. If I did, it's intentional. But I gotta say how much I hate fat shaming the one guy in the frat in every movie like this from this era.
Yes. Yeah, he has no other business. He doesn't even get killed. There's no other business for him in this.
Just a joke. He's just a joke.
Just a joke at his expense. But he delivered it before and after the Tubi commercial. Tubi dropped the commercial and they
cut it right in the middle of his line. Not even respected by the Tubi commercial break.
That was Tubi's censorship. They feel the same way that we do, but they can't actually cut the whole movie, so they try to place the commercial.
We did already skip a kill though, because there is just a random party goer. And this first kill is better than I remember it. He's just walking around drunk outside, and gets the fucking cane to the throat.
In his neck.
Yeah. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised. Like, when I was working at Jump Cut Cafe, Halloween trivia was huge. Everybody would dress up, and it would always be like obscure characters. I don't know if anybody dressed up as Mrs. Slater from House on Sorority Row, but it would be a damn good costume.
Yeah.
Like, if you could find yourself that like cane with a bird, all you need is like a terry cloth robe and a white haired wig, and like you're solid. Like, you're good. I think it could be a good. That's a freebie for anybody who needs a cheap costume.
Yeah.
But
I will say
that
also,
that kill's great. That dude looks like Ronald Short, who we had on the show before.
Yes.
He looks like it's really weird.
But that kill also gives you, for a little bit of time, some false hope that we're going to see some really gnarly on-camera kills before we get like, I want to say almost 5 in a row off camera or in shadow.
Yeah.
Kills.
And what we see before that is 2 songs from the band 4 out of 5 Doctors. So we see, not only do we not see that many on-screen
That
kills,
band's
we
great,
have
by
2
the way.
full songs.
Yeah,
and 5
that band, I was never displeased when one of their songs was on. I was like, all right.
I want a mixtape. I want a mixtape of like full, or at least almost full, songs from 80s slasher movies. Like where the band is in and performing
exclusively
Yes.
only songs performed at a party in an 80s slasher movie.
And I know that like not the cheapest movies have full songs. Like this one had like 3/4 of a song, but I think it would still be enough for the mixtape to include on there. Like I would love just a compilation of that stuff. But some of this stuff is so hard to find. I remember, sorry, this is a little tangential, but I remember like trying to find early on in my internet sleuthing, probably LimeWire era, but still trying to find the songs from Rock and Roll Nightmare, like trying to find Thor stuff. And I didn't know how to like, oh, you know what? No, I'm sorry. I was trying to find the theme song for Never Too Young to Die. That's what
impossible.
it was. And
I was going to say, I
fucking
can
impossible.
send you Rock and Roll Nightmare. I got it. I got the whole soundtrack.
I downloaded a compilation that had a Thor like B-side on it, but it had never. But the catalyst was Never Too Young to Die, which was impossible. And so many of those songs are lost. Like you have to get into the movie and pray that the band plays the full song.
I mean, that was even for a long time. That was both of the songs in Monster Squad until like. Literally in the last like 15 years when there was a vinyl release, there was like no way to get like Rockin' Till You Drop that wasn't like a rip from the movie audio.
Yeah. Shit's crazy. Anyway, that band's 4 out of 5 Doctors and they rip. But yeah, I mean we have a lot of off-screen kills or like with like onesies and twosies of like quick cuts of the kill. Like we got a good. And I just, the rest of my notes are just name by name, like who gets killed. Morgan stabbed after finding a Jack-in-the-Box, which is where we get the clown.
That's my favorite, I think, of the off-camera ones, because she's playing with this Jack-in-the-Box and then you just see a shadow behind her.
Yeah.
But also, this girl's dying face, she went to the trauma school of dead face acting, because she's like one step away from going cross-eyed before she does. Like,
I think they cut it right before she went cross-eyed, dude.
And Kyle,
that's a good kill.
I just want you to know it's totally fine to just roll through all these deaths, because that's all that really happens for about 45 minutes of the movie.
Like,
there's no
my notes are truly reflective of what happens. Because,
it's not like we're skipping over important plot details while we say like, and then this person dies.
No, we aren't, because Diane gets killed in the van as he listen, I'm gonna say he, because you should know by now that it's not Mrs. Slater back from the dead.
They keep fucking finding her corpse every 10 minutes.
Yeah, right.
It is firmly established she's dead multiple times.
Her corpse goes from pool to the attic of her second floor bedroom, and they still have the gall to be like, how'd she get up there? Did you think she could walk? And it's like, guys,
dude,
come on.
the girls in this sorority do not act like humans in all types of ways, because there's a point where our like final girl is in the attic and finds a human-sized clown costume and has no reaction.
Not
it is
really
the calmest that any human being has found a human-sized clown anything in their life.
That was it. Yeah. No, she doesn't care. And she's tranquilized, but she's coming out of it because she fights off the doctor. And then Eric kills the doctor. Yeah, I'm jumping ahead. But Diane gets killed in the van. Another one gets killed in a steamy bathroom, which later on, during a hallucination scene, we get a good shot of her death or post-death, the way that Katie sees it with her head.
We get it for real. We get it twice. Yeah. So we get this knife into the skull, which is nuts. And then she finds her head in the toilet.
Yeah.
But then when she's hallucinating, we cut back to that head as the eyeballs open up.
Really good.
This movie is
really,
bonkers.
Really
I forgot how much mayhem happens in the last 15 minutes of this
yeah.
movie where
That's
they
really where
they blow their load hard at the end here.
They do.
After edging us for an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah. Which was you've been to a sorority house before? Is that what happens? Is that what happens there? I don't know. That's
you blow
what
your
college movies
load
tell
hard.
Me.
Don't ask me.
I don't know. Yeah, she was killed in a steamy bathroom. There was a claw hammer throat slit for Liz. Yeah, that was pretty good. Vicky gets the cane as Vicky starts to kind of find some of the bodies. She gets caned, and we get a nice silhouette of Mrs. or who we think is Mrs. Slater with the cane has come to get Vicky and get her good.
And that's in the graveyard, right? She gets beaten in the graveyard, and it is
because they're trying to get
nuts.
Yeah. That was a good scene, and there's something really interesting about seeing somebody standing up in a freshly dug sort of pre-funeral grave. There's with the fake grass and there's something so unnatural about it. You know? I liked that shot a lot, and then the doctor, who has come to sort of figure out what's going on.
He turns heel, baby.
He turns crazy heel turn from the doctor, who just hits Katie with a quote mild sedative end quote and gets her out of the car and into the sorority house, barricading them inside and locking every fucking door and window and blocking every door that this place has, which is a lot. This is a big house. This dude takes a lot of time to do this. Katie starts seeing shit. She starts seeing and thinking about all her dead friends. She starts seeing Mrs. Slater. She sees people dancing. She sees the cane just spinning on its own. Really cool hallucination scene. And the doctor lures, shoots, and tranquilizes her boyfriend Peter, who I guess I thought he was luring Eric. But then, he didn't have any reaction to having.
That's what I mean. It feels
Peter.
like he accidentally shoots the wrong person, but he doesn't react like someone who accidentally shot the wrong person. Which again goes back to the fact that none of these characters act like a human being acts in this circumstance.
None of them. So Eric kind of gets out. I think that that buys time for Katie, because then Eric, instead of killing Katie, which I guess, or maybe thinking Katie is mom, ends up killing Doctor. And
we get a shot of Doctor's face when Eric's done with him, and it is it's like his jaw has been disconnected from the rest of his skull.
And then we get a good shot of Eric in basically almost like a Leatherface mask. He looks up and he's got this old woman mask on that is pretty sweet before he turns into an attic clown, human-sized clown. Which once we get into that attic, oh man, love the set design of that attic.
It is a pretty cool little space. She uses one of his knife toys against him.
Yeah, it makes me wonder, why is he making knife toys?
Yeah.
Just because he's crazy.
Just because he's crazy. Listen, the explanation for everything is because he's crazy. It's the 80s. We don't know how to handle things.
Did he have a little toy kitchen? And did he need utensils?
That is true. He could have. That might be the case.
It's also pretty stupid that the house mother let him live in the attic all through the year with these girls.
Well, so man, now I need to. You've got me thinking about something that I need to check on now. Mm-hmm. But Simpsons does Treehouse of Horrors. That's their big thing. And there's the one where Bart finds out that he's a twin. And it's always been cited as oh, this is clearly them doing a basket case thing. He's a Siamese twin that's separated. But I'm wondering if there's also a little tiny bit of this, because in that particular one, he's hidden in the attic the whole time, and he's making little inventions while he's up there and shit. That now I'm were they going also for a subtle reference to this? Because like Basket Case is already a deep enough cut.
I wonder. But I also like there's also like flowers in the attic, which is a little like adjacent. But how many like kids in the attic? I feel like there's a small niche genre of children in the attic.
Yeah.
Does the orphanage have attic kids?
I think when we talked about the orphanage back when we did what's his face is Crimson Peak, I barely remember. I thought it was a Del Toro movie until
until it wasn't.
Yeah, until I was like, oh no, he has nothing to do with it.
I mean, yeah, that's House on Sorority Row. I actually don't even remember if Katie gets killed by the
she
clown.
kicks him. No, she kicks him out of the attic.
Yeah,
and then
he dies,
he's still
but
alive.
Then his eyes are open.
Yeah, right. Okay, I probably could have, even if I was making it up. I feel like I would have gotten to that.
Yeah,
that was how it ended.
That's like the ending that anyone would expect.
Yeah,
maybe that's why
every
because I
80s one-shot slasher movie ending.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's House on Sorority Row. It's definitely worth. I mean, it's worth it. It's fun. There's some cool stuff in it, and it really it doesn't hurt. You know, like it didn't feel painful.
I didn't hate the watch. You know, it felt. I think that there's a level of nostalgia just for an '80s slasher, especially one that's not quite as well tread.
That's what it is, right?
It was satisfying.
Even though this isn't like as deep of a cut as like some of the 80s ones that we've like Out of the Dark, right? Like Out of the Dark was like as deep of a, I felt like we had discovered lost gold with that one because I had to no one had talked about it.
Yeah, and still nobody talks about that. But this one still does definitely still feel underseen or under talked about.
That's
you know what?
It's like people are aware of it, but no one. Like, it's almost like people refer to House on Sorority Row when they mean to be talking about Sleepover Massacre or whatever. Like, Slumber Party
Massacre.
Like, they just assume that they're one and the same.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, when Tubi comes up, I forget that Sorority House Massacre is a thing and has the poster art that it does. And it takes me, like, a few seconds to realize it. But it's like, if somebody was to do the same thing that you were doing, Matt, where you were trying to, like, go through this, like, comprehensive slashers list, I'm sure a handful of them would have fallen off before they got to House on Sorority Row. Like, House on Sorority Row is further down the list, and I think that like not to say slasher completists, but it's like it's middle of the road.
So Kyle, I feel like you might be giving this not enough credit because this did have a 2000s remake.
Yeah,
that is absolutely true.
Have any of us seen the remake? Because
I've watched
very
half of it.
Curious. Is it loyal to this? Or
I think it is. The first half of which I remember watching, I may have finished it poorly, but what I remember is that it was just dumb as hell. And I can see this scene where the sorority girls have like the house mother's body in the back of their like Corvette or something like that, and they're either gonna like dig a grave for her or something, but I can't remember anything past that. So I'm guessing that it is a straight remake.
Okay,
interesting. I'm tempted by it. 2009 and like.
It's not a great time for horror remakes.
And also like there's no names in it that I know except Carrie Fisher, Audrina Partridge maybe, but like there's curious. I'm curious. Maybe I'll watch it and report.
Watch it and let me know. I mean, listen, I got nothing but time to waste anymore.
And he's not sorry.
This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Are you a fan of young adult novels?
Have you ever wondered the stories behind the people who wrote your favorite young adult novels?
Then join author Eric J. Brown
and Alyssa Lube of Netflix's The Circle
every other Tuesday on YAOK.
Available on all podcasting apps.
Woo!
So Kyle, you've had your friends come over, you watch House on Sorority Row. What are you putting on after this?
Oh shit. Did I think about this yet? Oh no. House on Sorority Row. feels a lot like, and we've not watched this movie because of the essay in it, and I think that is a big deterrent, but I really do like Nightmare Weekend, and I would watch Nightmare Weekend on the heels of this. I do feel like it is still a proper B movie.
Okay.
On the heels of this.
How about you, Scott?
I am gonna go. Well, it was a little odd to figure out what to go with for this. So I actually just was feeling like I wanted kind of like a girl talk weekend, and so I'm going with Slumber Party Massacre 2.
Nice.
Okay. So, killer in the attic of a sorority is very Black Christmas coded, but Black Christmas.
Very much.
Black Christmas is too good to watch with House on Sorority Row, so I'm going to put on Black Xmas from 2006 instead.
Bro, that's good time anyway. Both of them are good times.
And I think that the meanness is matched more in Black Xmas. And you know what? Maybe we're all wrong, and you've got a way better double feature. And there's so many ways that you can contact us and let us know what you think the double feature should be. Whether that's hitting us up on all of our social media, we're HMN Podcasts on damn near everything. You can go to our website, hmnpodcast.com. You can join our Patreon, patreon.com/HMN Podcast. You can shoot us an email at hmnpodcast@gmail.com. Join that newsletter. Or you can support the show by buying a shirt at hmnpodcast.dashery.com. Kyle, what did you watch, listen to, etc. that you want to talk about?
So I came back from the New Bedford Film Festival this weekend, and I watched a lot of shorts, and some of them are going to be available for you to watch. So that's why I'm not just going to rattle off a ton of shorts that you can't see. A lot of them are available now or will be soon. We had our film Always On there, and we screened on Friday, and then there was a horror block on Saturday. So a couple ones that I want to rattle off. There was one called And They Shall Handle Serpents, which was a very stylish and creepy, I'm going to call it a cult movie, but it sort of starts, it's kind of like a cult movie without the cult. It's like follows one person's POV through their experience with the cult, which I think is really cool. Another one called Vermin, that is now available on Bloody Bites. So if you have Screambox, I think you can see the Bloody Bites shorts. And Vermin was great. First-time filmmaker Kristen Samito, who we might have on the show down the road. That was great. That was a fun one. They had a live Black Widow in that one, no CG, and they had the
whoa.
Well, I don't want to spoil a story that she might tell later on, so I will hold on to that. But yes, a live spider, live Black Widow, which was sick. One called Bath Bomb, which was about which was a queer giallo, and it had a severed dick in it with a Prince Albert piercing, and it was done by the prop masters and artistic folks who do Del Toro's work. So it was absolutely incredible, and the response from the crowd was unreal. So maybe a little bit of spoiler alert for Bath Bomb, but also a trigger warning, but also like this is why you should watch it. It's like everything all in a bath bomb. It's nice. Watch one called Gimme, which was a Hanukkah horror movie that I believe I talked about earlier on the show before. That is going to be available later on this year. And then one called Prom Party Massacre. I don't know if that's actually going to be available, but it was a musical horror comedy that took place at somebody's prom party, and it had original songs, and it had some kills, and it had dance numbers, and it was very ambitious. I really applaud a lot of what they did. I just wish the music was better. Like you've done all of these things to make this work, and if the music's not there, then
it was for nothing. Yeah,
it was. Yeah, and they had. I think they won some awards there that weekend, and I think the crowd really liked it, and I appreciated it. I was just like, I want to be able to listen to your songs, and like your songs don't do anything for me.
Yeah,
I want musicals. That's why we go back to it. I love Phantom of the Paradise forever and ever and ever. but like I want to be able to like listen to the music aside from having to watch the film.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
And
if the songs weren't catchy, if the songs in Phantom of the Paradise weren't as good as they were, you probably wouldn't want to watch the movie as much as you watch it. Yeah.
Right. So that was my experience at New Bedford Film Festival in New Bedford, Massachusetts. Cool festival and cool city. There's a lot to do, and it was fun. It was a good time.
Scott, you want to go next?
Sure. I just want to mention that Megan and I watched John Tucker Must Die.
Oh, wow.
From 2006, I want to say. Mm-hmm. And Elizabeth Snow is in it, and Ashanti, and
Ashanti, wow.
It is not a good movie, but boy, do I enjoy I sure do enjoy a little trip down memory lane to those teen rom-com-y type party movies,
Did I ever tell you the idea of what I thought that movie should be?
No, please tell me now.
I always thought that movie is a super missed opportunity. And I think that film had a real potential to be a dark comedy in the vein of like Heathers, where these girls who have been wronged by John Tucker are actively trying to kill him. Living up to the name of John Tucker Must Die, they're actively trying to kill him. But because they are not good at what they're doing, they actually keep killing innocent bystanders while in their attempts. But because John Tucker is always around where the person has been killed, they're indirectly, accidentally framing him for all of these murders at the exact same time.
Oh my God.
I'm like,
but you could also have it be that John Tucker is like, he's kind of untouchable because in the original movie, you could have him be like the lead suspect and still be people being
everyone
like, "Oh,
still
he's
loves
innocent."
him.
That would be
he's like a Ted
really
Bundy
funny
at the school.
Yeah.
Oh, that's I was just like, I remember watching the movie, being like, "There's so much potential in this movie, and it's all squandered." Soundtrack is phenomenal for John Tucker Must Die, though. I must say,
that, yeah.
I'm just gonna give a big shout out to goddamn Bill Lawrence can do no wrong. The Scrubs revival has been so top tier, completely fixes everything that the Scrubs med school season ruined about that show, and home run again with season 3 of Shrinking, just being so perfect, such a perfect blend of sobbing tears of joy, wholesomeness levels. And it's this on top of Ted Lasso. It's just what is the special sauce in this man's TV writer's room that he is just always able to blend real emotional moments with absolute side-splitting comedy in such a beautiful way that you're both crying and laughing as you're crying because he's hit you with an unexpectedly great joke in the dead center of a very heartfelt moment. It's an absolute gift. He's just such a fucking beast of a writer. So if you've been sleeping on Shrinking or the Scrubs revival, go and watch all of them. He's so fucking good. He sets the bar for what every TV writer should strive to be. Talking about setting the bar for what everyone should strive to be, horror movie night. When it comes to other horror podcasts out there, we are the bar. We have set it, and you can help keep that bar absolutely raised and at its highest level by liking, subscribing, and sharing our episodes. We will be back next week with more Horror Movie Night.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network.